Bro, what the fuck? Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah. Ay. I just wanna touch the top. Baby said that she in love and she don't love the lie. Been chillin' with all the bros, I've been above the spot. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lie. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the suds is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good. I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say none, what you saying, baby? I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't handle it without the trusting. Yeah, I can see the top, I wanna touch it. Yeah, we been getting money, no discussion. I don't let the top of shorty always get the fussy. Yeah, hey, I like to cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on them. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on them. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on them. Yeah, and I'm sliding. Shawty like the vibe, don't want the ride to end. Yeah, right. To the nice end, yeah, to the nice end. I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, our love was all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing. And it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Saying Brody couldn't stand for it, it's very important. I've been off the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been gone. I just hit the edge of stairs when it's dead time. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just get a lot of love on the west side. I'm the go, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like I'm Best Buy. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Yeah. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Thinking about the future, looking good, and it's the best side.
Welcome back to RTTSP Sports Podcast Season 3, Episode 58. The boys are here to give you another look into the MLB and the playoffs that have been going on. We are supposedly going to be giving you another episode following up this week that will be just the NFL draft. We will be covering just all of that because that's going to be like a good section in itself, so we're not going to make a 2-hour podcast out of it. So also stay tuned for that. But everything else besides the draft, the playoffs, baseball, everything else will be covered right here today. And we're going to kick things off with just me and the Wander before we get Tycho in here because we're starting off once again with baseball. So, first thing that we have in the news of MLB is the MLB Mexico series that officially took place between the San Diego Padres, or you could just call them the Mexico City Padres after the way they were playing, and the San Francisco Giants. So, the first thing that obviously stood out to me, like most people, is the altitude at the stadium was 6,000.
Altitude.
Altitude, Jesus Christ. But, for those of you who don't know, that's 2,000 more than Coors Field. So the ball's going to carry and the ball's going to fly. And they showed that with the first game, the final score, there was 22 runs scored. San Diego won. I believe it was 12-10. And there was 7 total home runs. Nelson Cruz, Juan Soto, Xander Bogaerts, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Manny Machado, all the
gone forever, Aaron Hernandez,
homered for the Padres in the first game. And then in the second game, they won as well. And after winning both games, they followed it up by celebrating with a piñata in the locker room. Jesse, any comments about how they performed in this series or the series in general?
You get players with that much pop, elevation, high altitudes, ball's going to fly, they're going to have fun, game's going to be fun.
That's what I'm saying. And it was fun because, I didn't have a chance to watch the second game, but the first game, it was a back and forth dinger parade. Because it would be a 3-run shot, then they're up by 1. Then a 2-run shot, then we're tied. Then a solo shot. And it was back and forth, but just with dingers. So to me, it honestly made it more, fun to watch. But
it was beautiful.
Exactly. It was honestly every baseball fan that loves offense, it was their wet dream. And the thing about San Diego is, half their roster is fucking of Mexican descent and Dominican Republic. and Venezuela. Like that's basically what they're made up of. That isn't U.S. So, fucking, they got the, I don't want to say home field reaction, but definitely more people knew who the Padres were than the Giants. So, it was good that they were able to get that series win. And then MLB confirmed that they are going back next year. They announced the series. I don't remember who it is because it was two shitty teams, but I think it was the Rockies, one of them. So they get to stay in the altitude. All right, next thing we have to talk about is the Oakland A's. This just absolute shitter of an organization. The Oakland A's are currently talking about how they may or may not be the worst fan base in all of sports. I was going to say baseball, but I'm going to say all of sports. Because even Commanders fans show up to that shithole. And when it comes to the A's, the fans have begun to protest. Now, the deal has been officially shown to Vegas. But now, even the fans that are showing up along the entire left field wall, where they would put their signs, let's go A's, let's do this, where it's all rowdy. It all just says, free the team, fire the team, sell the team sucks, all horrible signs, okay? But what I find interesting about that is on the broadcast, there was a solo home run that the A's hit, okay? And they showed, because it hit right over the signs. So they showed everything live on TV, right? So the MLB reposted the video, the home run, and they blurred out the signs. As if, like, they don't want you to see it. Like, they don't pay any attention to it. But what is your reaction on the MLB trying to hide what everybody already knows?
They think it's bad for the game. I don't know. But the A's, I mean, they haven't had anything great since Ricky. So, I mean.
I'm saying something.
I got something on this.
What's up?
So, look. Remember COVID?
Yep.
Yeah. A's, let's just take a couple COVID notes and slide them into this season because it's already done for. Here's what you do. You cancel tickets. They're not available for the rest of the year. Sorry, you're selling anyways. Just fucking, you're not making any money this year. Period. 2, you funnel in fan noise like you did for COVID because, well, it'd still be louder than your stadium is anyways. 3, you get the fake cutout people and you put them in the stands. It would look way better. It would look way better and it would sound better. Exactly. So why not just do that? Pretend like it's still COVID and just, or you know what? Everyone that walks in, just hand them a couple cardboard cutouts so they can sit together. Maybe it'll look a little better.
Nah, seriously.
36 family to a 9.
They're at the point where they need crowd noise.
Interesting set of numbers you got there, Jesse. Could have said any numbers at all. You chose 6 and 9.
Yep.
You horny fuck.
No, they're divisible.
Oh.
By 3.
By 3.
That's why you don't do drugs, kids.
All right.
Debatable.
Do you have anything else on the A's, or do you want to go to your boy?
A's are trash.
All right. We'll go to your boy. Once again, this man's making fucking history, and the numbers that I see in front of me I know are real, but I don't believe them. So let's just get through this. Shohei Ohtani, through the first 5 starts, has a 0.92 batting average. The best since 1890.
That's a lie.
Oh, ERA. Opponent batting average is what I meant.
This man was about to boost a .92 batting average. .092, actually. My bad.
Shohei, through the first 5 starts, is a .92. That is the best since 1893. Then we go over to hits allowed through the first 5 starts. Only 8. That's the best since 1901. Then we go over to opponent slugging. .115. That's the best since 1916. 1916, 1893, and 1901 all seem like dates from a pretty fucking long time ago. So once again, Shohei Ohtani is not only breaking records, but breaking records that have spanned hundreds of centuries. I mean, this guy's insane.
Hey. He might not be able to put the ball where it needs to be every time, but he's going to make you think he is.
There's no better pitcher in the game so far to start this year.
Nope.
This season, it has been Shohei against the world, and I kind of like it.
Hey, somebody's got to be the shining grace.
Yeah, because God knows, fucking nobody else in that Angels team really wants to. Trout's like, please, somebody else. I can't do it anymore.
He's had his time.
He has. Next thing that we have real quick, Bryce Harper is officially back from injury. He played in a game today with a full left arm cast. Yes. I'm not talking like white, like plaster. I'm talking like the black ones the NFL players would wear. It's like a black arm wrap that looks heavy as fuck. He wore it the whole game. So I had a lot of people questioning, like, well, is he coming back too early? Is he still hurt? Why the fuck is he wearing that?
Dude, what the fuck? You got a robot arm.
Uh-huh. So I am not so sure how I feel about Harper being back if he's got to wear that. Because I know we want him back because the Phillies are, underwhelming this year, but if it's to the point where we're going to make this man who just had Tommy John surgery, who hasn't fully recovered, come back, and now you're trying to get him to play first base so that he doesn't have to throw it. I mean, it just seems like you're kind of rushing him back to get him into your lineup as quickly as possible, in my opinion. And what did he do in his first 2 games? 0 for 5, 0 for 5. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that, it's only been 2 games, this and that, but, I mean, what's your take?
It's Bryce Harper. Put him down. He will not go 0 for 10 healthy. He won't. Confident in that.
Correct, but he's not healthy.
I don't think he's healthy enough.
I don't think so either. Last year when he got hurt or whatever and they sent him down to AAA for 2 weeks and he just hit bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb, why can't they just do that for a week? Why can't we just wait for his arm to heal? I also understand where they're coming from, but you got to realize something, Philly. It's May 3rd. The season is a month in. You had a lot more time than you might have thought. But at the same time, Philly is playing their own fucking ball game, and we all just have to sit on the outside and watch.
Their pitching unit sucks, so Bryce Harper's not going to change that. Might as well leave him. Leave him be right now. Let him fucking heal.
I agree. Their pitching unit's awful. You know what else is awful? The Yankees' injury situation. Now,
Yankees.
as somebody who likes seeing the Yankees in last place right now, love this. Right? You got your Orioles in second. I got my Blue Jays in third. We're liking this. But obviously,
Hey, Tigers are in third.
Tigers
In
aren't
their
there. You
division.
know why? It's because the Chicago White Sox are just as bad as the A's this year. Who would have thought?
Hey, not me.
Not me. But when it comes to the White Sox, they have Aaron Judge on the 10-day DL, Harrison Bader on the 10-day DL, Severino on the 15-day, Josh Donaldson on the 10-day DL, Carlos Rondon's injured, Losangia, Jonathan
Loizaga.
Thank you. You know what I was trying to say, and I appreciate you for helping me. Giancarlo Stanton on the 10-day DL.
Giancarlo.
Yeah.
Oh, Giancarlo. My bad.
Yeah. Giancarlo, he has a left hamstring injury on the 10-day DL. Tommy Canley, right bicep tendonitis on the 60-day. Lou Trevorino on the 60-day. Frankie Montes on the 60-day. Scott Efris on the 60-day. Luis Gill on the 60-day. And the last 3 that I named all had Tommy John. So the Yankees are in last place, but a lot of their big names are not playing.
They're down 15 players.
Everybody's hurt. Everybody's hurt. But here's something else that I think is funny. The other team that is like National League, when you think of, okay, who's normally number 1? You in National League and American, you think Yankees, Dodgers normally, right? So the Dodgers currently have 5 players absent. Tyler, you're going to like this, okay? They currently have 5 players absent from the league clubhouse right now, okay? And they're all like Mookie Betts, big players. You know what I mean? They're all out for the same reason, okay? They're all out for maternity leave. 5 players. And Cody Bellinger for the Cubs, who was a Dodger with them all at the same time, is also now out on maternity leave. So are they having a fuck fest in LA?
No, they won.
Well, They all fucked their wives at the same time after they won in the fucking playoffs last year.
Okay, so that's got to be what it is. Because
They definitely. Or it was as soon as they got eliminated, they were all pissed. And they all said, fuck this shit, kid. All at the same time. I don't think it was like something they decided on, but like that's just what most of them did.
They all just looked at each other like, wait, you got a kid, dude? How many weeks? She's 6. Wait, mine's 6. Wait, didn't you say you were 7, Bader? Yeah, no, I'm 7.
All right, hey, raise your hand if you're in between 6 to 9 weeks.
It's like 7, 8 people. Yeah,
everybody's fucking hand up.
So the Yankees.
Second round exit.
So the Yankees are going to be out a lot longer because they are actually hurt. But the Dodgers, they're just out for a couple days because, having kids. So, honestly, I'd rather be the Dodgers by a mile. But, I mean, hey, do you have any quick thoughts on this Yankees situation? Just because, I mean, hey, we don't normally see these guys in last place and doing this pitiful. So,
I wish it wasn't due to injury.
I agree, because then I have an excuse.
But woo!
Yeah, it feels good.
Let's go, everybody else.
It feels great. It does feel great. You got to point it out when it happens. All right, final thing that we have for MLB is, damn, I had something food-related that I sent, but it didn't go through, and now it's no longer in my camera roll. So that's neither here or there, but that just made me sad. Because I promised Fuller that I would give him more food. But sorry, Fuller, you're going to have to wait on that. Final thing that I have for baseball is Player of the Week. Obviously, me and Jesse got our Player of the Weeks. And I'm going to start off with the man that just got the big bucks. The man who just got paid, and that is Brian Reynolds from the Pittsburgh Pirates. This man, Brian Reynolds, has been hitting phenomenally in his past week. He has... In his last 24 at-bats, he has 12 hits, 6 RBIs, 4 walks, with a .500 batting average, a .548 OBP, and a .792 slugging. The Pirates right now are tied for the best team in the National League. What the fuck is going on? And a big part of that has been Brian Reynolds. Jesse?
You know I'm going to have to take Mr. He may not hit the bombs, but he's getting on base. Give me that boy Chapman.
Matty Chapman.
Yep.
First person who has officially gotten it from me and you this year.
Blue Jays have been trash. Losing to the Red Sox 2 games.
They haven't been trash. They've been trash on the road. They're just playing like shit on the road this year. I don't know what it is, but it's something that they need to get together because I have seen 4 walk-offs against them, and 3 of them have been with Boston. Like, fuck me. So, it's getting a little ridiculous. Good thing is, it's only a month into the season and we have a lot of time. But that is all the baseball that we have, which means the next thing that we will get into is, obviously, some playoffs.
What's going on, guys? Tyco here, taking a quick break in the action to tell you about sixpackcoverage.com. You can go on there and check out all your favorite sports, finance, food and travel, fitness, and entertainment podcasts. They've got it all on there, as well as content from all of your favorite colleges, with more on the way and more added every day. So make sure you check that out, as well as the merchandise tab. Be sure to get all of your six-pack coverage gear at the merch tab there with the hats, flags, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys check it out today, sixpackcoverage.com.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tail your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharps securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more. So you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
Alrighty. Now, for those of you who... Oh, shit. There goes my announcement. I was going to say, for those of you who know, the Hockey Guru isn't here, but the Hockey Guru is here.
Yeah, well, NHL playoffs round 1 is officially over, so might as well just go through a little quick review of who won, who lost, and yada yada yada. All right, we're going to be starting with the Eastern Conference. The Maple Leafs take down the Lightning in overtime in Game 6 to win the series for the first time, it seems like, ever, that the Leafs finally fucking move on to the second round.
Yes,
So-
but they did.
They did it. They finally did it. They overcame being the biggest meme in sports and hockey. Damn
Yet
near
again.
close for a very long time. Yes, because they almost let it up. They went, but
at the end, it would have just been another year at that point. Just another
because
year. Of hockey.
I don't know if you guys watched that game. I did. It was crazy back and forth, high defensive. It was basically. It was a battle.
It was a
of,
war.
like, goalie. It was a goalies game.
Mhm.
Like, it was 1-1. No one was getting shit through the goalies. And then, classic playoff overtime, a little squeaker gets through. Because, like, 99% of the goals in overtime and playoff are just weak-ass fucking goals.
I think
Yeah.
those boys won the series in Game 5. When they were down 3-1 and they came back in that third period and wanted overtime to go up 3-1, bro. That's some momentum shit that, I'm sorry, you're not losing the series after that. You're just not.
Unless you're Toronto. But, hey, this time
Like
they pulled it off. This time they pulled it off. Even though
Tampa
Tampa
won
did
Game
win the next
5.
game.
They won games. Toronto won games 3 and 4, and then Tampa.
You're
won
thinking of
game 5.
You're thinking of Game 4.
I'm thinking of the game Toronto won before they won it all.
Game 4 is when they went up 3-1.
Yeah, well, after that,
3 plus 1 is 4.
it was pretty evident in my head. But at the same time, like you said, if anyone was going to choke that shit, it would have been them.
Anywho, we're moving
6,948
on.
days. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. That's how long it took them.
Alrighty. Anywho, we had one of the most stupid, outrageous series to play that we've witnessed in years. It just wasn't a good series all around to watch if you're a fan of hockey. The Devils
got the
and the
Devils.
Rangers. The Devils take down the Rangers in 7 games. The Devils deserve to win Game 7, but like every game, whoever won that game was just straight up just playing a little bit better than the other team. The other team was just shitting the bed, and it was not good hockey. The only thing good out of that series was the Devils' 22-year-old fucking goaltender, basically, in my opinion.
For real.
Because that dude was standing on his head, was shutting down the Rangers every chance they got, and the Rangers couldn't do anything on the small chances they did get.
Is that a Kerry Schmidt?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
But yeah, he's a stud. I didn't even know who the fuck he was until playoffs happened.
Yeah,
He was a game time decision too, I'm pretty sure.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But this being said, this was the series I watched the least because I've watched the first 3 to 4.
Yeah, and sadly I had the fucking Rangers winning the fucking cup. Fucking bums.
Let's go
I
Devils.
can't believe after round 1, I can't believe we had either one of these teams going on to win the cup because neither of them played hockey good enough in round 1 to look like they could go win the cup.
No, maybe the Devils will play playoff hockey the rest of the way, but fuck.
Maybe they'll wake up a little bit, but it almost feels like they won just because how badly the Rangers shit the bed.
Yeah, I mean, I threw in the group chat last night. I'm like, or was it 2 nights ago? I was like, are the fucking Rangers gonna wake up anytime soon? And it took like till their second power play with like 7 minutes left in the first to where they finally like got some pressure and started looking like a fucking playoff hockey team for about a minute and a half, and then that quickly faded, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
And then being down 3 to eventually going on to 4 goals in the third period.
Shout out to Jacob Trouba, though. What a fucking
They didn't start skating balls to the wall, actually trying and giving effort until 10 seconds left in the game. It's like, bro, you're down.
What was this?
Where the fuck was this the last half of the period? You could at least showed some effort.
I will say, bro, that is wild that they went full in on the deadline. Like, they had a shot to win it, and they said, fuck it, we're going to pull the trigger.
See,
Patrick
I also
Kane,
see
Tarasenko, and then they got a first-round exit. I was not expecting that.
Dude,
Do you guys think that Patrick Kane's back in New York next year?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'm seeing a
Where
lot of
do you go? Chicago?
I'm seeing a lot of reports he is not ending up. There's problems spewing up, and I don't think he's going to be with the Rangers next season.
Well, if he goes
My initial thought
somewhere
was
that isn't,
he goes somewhere else too.
if he goes somewhere that isn't competitive, he's going to be done. So
I'm
he's got
seeing
to.
I don't know. I'm just seeing a lot of
no, and
reports
Patrick
saying that he is
Kane
not going to be
is
there
not-
next season.
He's not going to go somewhere that isn't competitive.
I know,
Someone
I'm just
that
saying, if he
wants to
doesn't,
win a cup
but-
is probably going to sign him.
But speaking of Kane, a lot of fans are placing blame on Kane, saying, "Oh, and all this stuff." It's like he didn't produce enough. He didn't do all this, yada yada. Even though he was like the second or third player on points in the team in the series, it's like, okay, what is everyone else fucking doing? So Benajad was a fucking ghost.
You aren't
Yeah,
allowed
Kreider
good
was the
game.
only Kreider was the only other player on the team that was producing.
I was going to say, you aren't allowed to talk shit unless you're Kreider, because that motherfucker was just a point magnet.
Yeah.
Tarasenko showed
Or
up.
Joe
first,
Pavelski.
first two games, Tarasenko was involved. Then after that, he disappeared. That was just rough all around. But anyways, let's move on to the next series. Because the Hurricanes took down the Islanders in 6 games, winning 2-1 in overtime. Gotta hand it to the Islanders. They put up a hell of a good fight. This game, this series could have honestly easily won 7. They're playing very good defense. They're shutting down Carolina's offense a lot. But, Carolina just kept poking away and got that game winner overtime in game 6.
Hey, like we always say, right? The team that scores more goals wins the game.
Honestly.
No, I honestly, bro, I like this because I think that Carolina is. I feel like they're always in my head every year. They're a favorite, not a favorite to win it all, but they're one of the favorites. Like they could do it, and this is one of the better years in my opinion. Now that some of the bigger dogs like Colorado, Tampa, Boston's out, I think it opens the door for Carolina, in my opinion.
It does. I only disagree with the first part of that statement because they only really have been a contender like the last year or so.
Okay,
I would go back on Dylan's statement as well and say that they're not a favorite per se, like to win. I think they're a fan favorite. I think that there's a lot of people that want to see Carolina do well, but I don't think that Carolina's like a favorite to come out of the East and go.
I don't know.
I
feel like
I'd say they're maybe
Carolina
like.
would be the number
I'm
one
not a sports
East.
bettor, but I would assume they're probably favored in my opinion.
Of all the teams in the East?
Yeah, there's only Toronto, Devils, Carolina, and Panthers left.
Yeah.
I put Carolina at the top of those.
Yeah, I would 100%.
I guess. I think
Only
Florida. I think Florida might be the sleeper.
But they're
They
not.
are.
But that doesn't make them the
Like
favorite.
the big sleeper to the fact where like Florida's going to be the ones that come out of this shit because they just went through the President's Trophy bullshit and they're like, all right, fuck that.
They'd be
So
the
then they
same.
eliminate the President's Trophy guy, and now are they about to make a run? Like,
See, I completely
I don't know.
agree. They are the sleeper team. I told you guys before
I like
playoffs
Florida
started.
like a little more.
I was like, I'm pretty sure we're talking about when there was only like a couple games left of the wild card and who's going to take it. I was like, if the Panthers take that, they're going to be one of the most dangerous teams to play because they just had a little
Looking
off
that
and
way.
on season, but they still got a lot of studs.
Wait,
and they
I
still can play hard.
got the betting. It's Edmonton favored at first plus 400.
They're in
Then
the West.
That's
Toronto
the West.
second plus 500. Then Carolina's third plus 550, and then the Devils are tied for third.
They have
plus
Toronto
550.
over Hurricanes.
That's just based purely off talent on paper,
Yeah,
for sure. Has to be.
but I think personally I'd notch the Hurricanes over Toronto.
Me
Just
too.
because
I think they are the
Toronto's
favorite, and I
defense
think
is shitty.
I agree with you, Tyler. I think they're the favorite, and I think that the Panthers, like you said, are the sleeper. I think that's how
Yeah.
it's looking.
But in my world, they might be the favorite.
I want
Not in
the Panthers
else's
to go on a
eyes,
miracle
but I think
run.
the Panthers may or may not be the favorite in my head right now.
I think they could easily, honestly, go and make themselves a finals run.
Definitely. As long as they're playing the Oilers in the finals, I'm cool with that.
I can't disagree with
I'm gonna
anything.
need it to be
Nick.
Dallas. I need to salvage.
But
this
hey,
wins here.
I'm all for a Vegas Golden Knights Seattle Kraken matchup in the Western Conference Finals. That would kind of be epic.
Just two expansion teams that weren't here fucking 10 years ago, just going at
Two
it.
teams that 5 years ago, not even 10, 5 years ago were not a thing.
Yeah.
That would be actually pretty
Well,
insane.
The latest team to win a cup that's currently in playoffs still is like, I believe, 2006. The rest are either before that or don't even have a cup yet.
Okay. Well, there's still a couple teams that are vying for an opportunity here. Let's go to another series. Let's talk about Dallas. Because they took out Thor's boys.
I was just going to finish off the Eastern Conference with the last
What didn't we say yet?
We the Panthers took down the Bruins in Game 7.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know, the Panthers went up 2-0. Then they almost.
I feel like I feel like I probably didn't bring it up because I kind of like said it without saying it.
We just talked about.
When I was like talking about the Panthers. I was like, yeah, the President's Trophy curse, and they turned around and said, "Fuck that, fuck you, Boston. You have the President's Trophy curse. We're gonna hand it to you. Literally hand it to you. Here it is. We had it last year. Here you go. You're out of the playoffs now. This is what it feels like."
A big part of that is Sergei Bobrovsky. He is now 7-1 against President Trophy winners in playoffs. He was a part of the Columbus Blue Jackets who swept the 2019 Tampa Bay Lightnings, and now he was thrown in starting Game 4 in this series against the Bruins. Ended up going 3-1 to win the series.
Hey,
he is the man.
He's the man with the plan, and the plan is be the curse.
And we watched this game, and this was a crazy-ass game because Panthers went up 2-0. The Bruins fought back and ended up taking the lead 3-2. And then the Panthers tied that bitch up with less than a minute to go. And their playoff hopes on the line. Then they cook it into overtime, and Verhaeghe, the overtime hero, sniped her top right short side on a good screen by Tkachuk.
I don't know how many people would agree with this, but like I love personally when you watch like the replays of a game like that, like Game 7, when the away team wins, and like it's like silent in the arena, and all you hear is just like the bench go nuts.
Yeah, just woo.
Yeah, it's just all the guys in the bench though, and the rest of the arena is like fuck.
It's like watching a walk off at Comerica Park.
Yeah, well, there's like 100 people there, so.
Well, you want to hear a crazy stat, like some crazy stats from round 1, even though we haven't talked about the West yet?
I don't know.
Teams record on the road this year in round
crazy.
1. 31-17 overall, just straight up winning. And in overtime, the away team is 11-3.
That's absolutely insane. There's so many pissed off fans, bro. So many pissed off people.
Actually, that might be a 31-18 because I'm the Devils. But yeah, that was just the last game. Anyways, moving on to the Western Conference Finals, or not finals, but just round 1 of the Western.
Let's start with the least competitive series.
Yes, even though this was the least competitive, it was still better to watch than the goddamn Devils and Rangers.
Yes.
And this was only a 5-game series because, I mean, the Jets, the Knights really took over and won this, but the Jets still were fighting pretty hard and kind of made it somewhat entertaining. The Jets came out Game 1 and just absolutely shocked everyone, smoking the Knights, but then the Knights were like, hey, hold up. We're first in our we won our conference.
Hold my
what
beer.
Are we doing here?
Hold my fucking beer.
And they stormed back with 3 straight wins. Actually, 4 straight wins because they gave them a little gentleman's sweep. Let them win Game 1. They're like, all right, time to win this bitch. That's really all about that series, honestly.
I really
that's the whole of it.
I really have nothing to say because I think that this was not like it was entertaining in terms of the hockey, but there was no drama in my opinion. Kind of knew what was going to happen, and it happened.
Yeah,
you can only leave Hellebuck left out to dry so often.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, bro. These motherfuckers are the Minnesota Mild, bro. These guys are just mild. They're first round exit. Yeah,
I'm gonna get into that.
They're the fucking Minnesota honey barbecues over here, dog.
Bro, they're the Minnesota Mild.
They're the go-to.
They were having a good series against Dallas, but Dallas just overpowered them and taking them down in 6 games with 4-1 dub on the road. And the Wild are becoming the new Leafs because they cannot get past the first round. It is actually bad.
They're a hockey state, man.
They
It makes it worse.
and
Okay.
to put it in more comparison, they always make it look like, oh yeah, they're competing heavy, they're competing high, they're going back and forth, they're winning games, just taking games deep in the series, and then they lose and get knocked out in the first round. You know, it was tough being a Leafs fan for a while, but now it's basically tough being a Minnesota Wild fan. Wild
Sucks to
are
be
slowly
Fuller.
replacing the Leafs, and it is not good. I feel bad for Fuller.
You
I've
hear
been
that,
watching
Fuller?
that mediocrity. It is
Said,
just
get off
brutal.
now while you still can.
Not good at all.
That's what he said. He said, if you can still jump ship, do it now.
But anywho, the Oilers and Kings went 6 games. Oilers took them down. They won on the road 5-4, and they had an absolute nuts game 6. Unfortunate for the Oilers goaltender, he let up the game tying to make it 4-4 game tying goal because he went to play the puck on the power play and his stick broke.
Why do I
Gave-
remember last
Gave
year?
up a muffin and just
Why do I
tucked it.
remember last year us saying the same thing of like talking about how bad Edmonton's goaltending was? Like I remember he gave up like a goal, like he wasn't paying attention.
That's
from,
not
like, the blue line.
Dylan,
But-
that's not because he's bad. That's because his stick literally broke on him.
But he is bad.
That's an equipment
I watched
thing.
I think essentially what Dylan's saying
goals or more
is
be scored by LA in every game. He's not a good goalie.
Well, but I don't know about that because the LA Kings offense has been constantly scoring high amounts of goals the entire season.
I agree, but
That was
I
the
don't
only
think,
thing
I don't
that
think
was
this
keeping
guy
them
is-
in playoffs and in the series was being able to actually outscore the Oilers in games.
When I see this guy and I think of the guy last year, I don't see a difference in my head. I go, they both let up a lot of goals. They both need a lot of offense to win these games.
I think what I'm hearing is the Oilers don't focus on goaltending, which is
Correct.
I think known throughout the entire NHL that the Oilers do not prioritize.
Yeah,
goaltending.
but you can't
Look at their
win
offense.
the ship with that.
They can win at least one series.
Yes, but yeah, I know, but that's it. We've
We'll
seen
see.
it the past couple
Nah.
years. It
I
doesn't
have
help
them making
you.
it all the way.
They're not going to win it all with no
Stuart
goaltending.
I didn't say they're going to
Skinner
win it all. I had them losing, but I have them making it to the cup.
Wait, but Dylan, I thought offense wins you games, bro.
That's basketball,
does.
Jesse.
Nah, we see.
Nah.
We kind of agreed like last podcast, Dylan. We kind of agreed that was every sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was hockey wins games, defense wins championships in hockey. Tyler's been telling me that since I was 8.
Yes, but that's not what we were talking about, and that's not what we're talking about right now either.
And if we're being real, if that was the case, the Islanders would have about 5 cups by now, but they don't.
Yeah, they would. They would have been on like a five peat right now. They would have
So
won
that
5
saying is
back-to-back,
alive
back-to-back,
then in
back-to-back.
hockey. So Tyler, when you were saying you won championships, you didn't win shit.
That's before you get to. That's before you.
Dylan, you were there.
I'm just saying.
You were literally there.
You won
We
games.
scored more goals than the other team, and we won the game.
And
What's
their
wrong about
goaltender-
that?
And their goaltender was on their head.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out Jack and the other goalie the other year. Not gonna say that name.
I will say that
better
through the regular
goalie.
season, Stuart Skinner
I'm joking.
played 50 games, went 29-14 with 5 OT losses, goals against 2.75 with a save percentage of .914.
Good job, Jack.
Who's Jack?
That was Jack's save percentage, right?
Yeah,
That
because
was
Luke just pulled
Stuart
that up
Skinner.
that fast. You
Oh.
jack wagon.
George
No.
Skinner.
Yeah,
No,
the
Leonard
Oilers
Skinner.
goaltender.
Did you not understand any of that?
I don't know who the fuck George Skinner is. I've never heard of him.
Oh
in my
my
life.
god.
sounds like an NPC, bro. It sounds like somebody I'd have in my fucking MLB AAA team. Now batting, second baseman, Jeff Skinner. Like this guy ain't shit, bro. He's the goalie? Yeah, no wonder he's not.
Stuart Skinner's the goalie.
Oh, that's even worse.
Jesus
Stuart.
Christ.
That's even worse. His name is Stuart Skinner? Oh, no.
I mean, in my opinion, I'd say the Oilers have had, like this year, they've had better defense and goaltending, and most of the reason why they got to where they are now, other than a fluke goal to have the game get tied up where they had to score a late 5th goal to take the lead again.
Look, if you would have had a metal stick, it wouldn't have broke.
No one has metal sticks, though.
Dylan.
You're just spewing bullshit.
Not
now.
yet. That's why you don't do drugs, kids.
Blah, 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 blah.
I love how you say don't do drugs, but like some
So
drugs.
Jesse,
You said that?
how about that Oilers King series, huh?
Woo!
Yeah.
Listen, your boy might have gotten way more first rounds wrong than he got right. But he got this one.
Yes.
And that's what matters
Woo.
right now. All right. What matters right here, because my buddy Travis had the goddamn Kings winning, and I said they're not even getting past the Oilers. So even though I got 7 series wrong, I'm taking this one as 5.
Wait, this is the only one you got right?
No, I got 6 wrong, 2 right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So still really bad, but
really
not only one series right bad.
Yeah, not only
For a
one-
second, I was like, I gotta go look at Jesse's bracket.
Oh, because I had Leafs, I had Avalanche, I had Wild, I had Rangers, I had Bruins,
Wow.
and I had Oilers and Knights. Am I
God.
missing anybody?
Sounds like your puck luck picks.
Exactly. But basketball, I really only had the Kings.
Hey, I'm still in first.
Sorry. But
Oh,
we're doing all right in basketball.
You're going first for what?
the bracket challenge.
Playoff bracket.
I'm in first. Just had to make sure King's wearing his
yeah.
crown.
And also, a big part of the reason why this series was so high scoring was because these teams just kept taking penalties, and they did not have any sort of penalty.
They didn't have enough garbage cans in the locker room to control this
When
one, Luke.
When you have 2 high offenses constantly going on the power play, you're gonna see goalies getting lit the fuck up.
Yeah, that's why I took the over. Always take the over in these Oilers games.
And then let's move on to the final series of round 1, which is Seattle taking down the Avs in a 2-1 game 7, with the Kraken quite literally scoring the first goal in all 7 games. And you just are not going to win a series if you let the other team score the first goal in every single game.
Hey, but they almost did.
Come fuck with us,
They
bro.
almost did.
Joe
they
Pavelski almost did. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna get into that later, but they almost got the first goal in game 6, but it got called back, and then the Kraken scored.
Of course.
And they lost their opportunity.
Let's go, baby.
Of course. Because why would it count? They're not scoring first.
Oh, so funny.
Fuck with us, bro. First time we go to the playoffs, first series, and we beat the defending champs. I mean, come on now. That's how you big dick it right there.
I mean, to be fair, that was a very
To
piss
be
poor
fair.
defending champs they were playing. They were not playing good.
Whoa, stop trying to take this away from them. First time they made it to the playoffs, they're the defending champs.
Aren't they missing
They
one of their
beat them in
best
7.
players?
It's a
Bro.
big deal.
Yeah.
Seattle's going crazy
And
right
also
now.
speak of the fact how
Until game
McCarr
7.
got suspended for a game for an interference call, and then
That was his
Eberle
fault.
doesn't get a
Which
suspension
he
for a
earned.
Which he
earned
yeah, I
that.
feel bad.
And then
He earned
Eberle didn't get a suspension for literally destroying a dude Cagliano from behind and fracturing his neck.
No,
He
it was
saw
an
all
accident.
numbers in that hit, and he didn't even get a whiff of a suspension.
All right, I can't lie. That was ridiculous.
No, he didn't mean
However-
to. It was an accident.
Yeah,
See,
stapling someone
Dylan,
in
you
the
can't play
numbers.
both sides of the coin.
He wasn't. He,
All right,
he
devil's
said in the
advocate.
interview afterwards, he said, I didn't mean to do it. Why would he lie?
It
But it
doesn't
doesn't
matter
mean
if he
anything.
meant to or not. He stapled the dude in the numbers when he only saw numbers, and the dude ended up with the fractured neck. Everything I've ever seen on hockey,
Fractured
that
neck.
gets you a suspension, especially how severe the
Are
injury
you
is.
calling a cap on a fractured neck right
I
now?
know you remember the most bullshit commercial
Bro.
in history. that
is
never
major, Cap,
happen. That
because
kid hits the ball out of bounds, and he's like, "Coach, I touched the ball before it went out. It was me. I'm gonna go tell the ref I touched the ball." No one's honest in sports. I get my call. You
Let's
didn't give me a
also-
suspension for all numbers, man. I didn't do it. I didn't do it on purpose.
let's also mention the fact that Cagliano is literally one of the Iron Man players in the game, in the sport. So I don't think he's trying to baby and fake a fractured neck. I think he wants to continue to play since he's being one of the Iron
You
Man.
said he's an Iron Man player, meaning like he plays every game, right? So if he needs
Yes.
a game off, he's not going to say he wants a game off. He's going to say he has something like a fractured neck and get that game off.
No, you
Doesn't
still
take that
no.
I'm just saying.
He was already in the game
Okay.
before that. Oh
The
my
game off, he's not
god.
gonna ask for it. He's gonna say, Coach, I got a fractured neck. I need a game or two.
I want the docs to look at you, bud.
Now I just cannot wait for the Kraken to get
Tell him it's
eliminated
a
in the
fractured
playoffs
neck,
now.
Tell him.
Hey man,
Well,
now
it's
you know
gonna
how I
be
felt
good.
with Tampa, bro.
And we got plenty more. We got a long way to go. It's not going to end till June, so we got more.
And
coming.
yeah. And I guess we could quickly cover the start of round 2 with the Panthers ended up taking game 1 against the Leafs in a 4-2 victory, where they were actually all over the Leafs in that. And then Pavelski in his first game of playoffs was like, "Hey, let me get in on this action." Scored 4 fucking goals. Going to
He said,
overtime.
"I'm here.
4-4.
I am
It's like,
here."
It's like I'm back. And then they lost in overtime. And
that's tough.
once again, it's off a fluky, weak ass goal because it's overtime playoff hockey, baby.
Garbage
and that's
time.
the only goals that goes in.
Yep, the garbage goals.
But Pavelski, dude, he had like 2 nasty tip-ins. Like, holy shit. I don't know if you've seen them, but one was a shot from the point when he was like in the high slot and just like corralled it and just basically moved it to top shelf. And then one, his teammate shot it from the damn corner and he just was like, bah!
Yeah, dude,
Pop
he's
that
fucking
sucker
insane.
in.
I just watched a clip before the podcast of all 4 of them. And
Absolutely
I told
nuts.
Dylan there was a tweet last night I saw before I went to bed. When I woke up this morning, like I didn't even check the scores or anything yet. I was scrolling through Twitter. It said Joe Pavelski 4, other team 4. I'm like, wait, what happened last night?
Yeah, no. I'm sitting
Hey,
here.
time out. We got a quick question for Dylan here. Do you believe the Kraken can win the cup? Because I know you took the Devils to win the cup, but I'm a little curious as to what you think. You do seem to want the Kraken to win the cup, think that's possible, but you also did take the Devils.
That's true. And I'm happy you asked this question because I'm going to be completely honest with you. Before the series started, it was more so just I'm a fan. You know what I mean? But I really did not think we were going to get past Colorado because they were Colorado. Now that I've seen them win in 7, now that I've seen the hockey that we're playing, and I saw game 1 against Dallas, I see the road to the cup, which is weird. So, originally, no. But now, yes. I actually can see them going to the cup. I can actually see them going there. It doesn't seem so crazy or impossible in my head as it did before. So I say now, yeah, I think they actually can.
If he believed that, he would have had him go to the cup in his bracket.
I did not think they were going to be playing this well. I'm going to be honest, bro. I did not.
Yeah, they got it going.
But anywho, the Hurricanes are currently up 1-0 halfway through the first against the Devils. And then we have the Vegas Knights and the Oilers playing at 9:30 tonight to
I
start
took
their
the
game.
Oilers. I wouldn't also maybe take the over if I was you guys.
Yeah.
But that is the NHL playoff update.
I'm only feeling it over.
All right, it's been a minute, but we're coming back with it. So here it is. We got some questions today. I think these ones are interesting. They're more scenario based. All right, ladies and gents, we got some interesting questions today. So this is the Relationship Deal Breakers edition of Tycho's questions. Question number 1, we'll go to Luke first. Luke, here's your scenario. You like to go to the beach, and a girl you've been seeing says that she knows a spot and takes you to a nudist beach. It's one of her favorite beaches, though, and she insists that you come to further her relationship, the relationship you have with her, and enjoy something she loves. Is this a deal breaker?
Fuck it, I guess I'm going to the nudist beach. I'm not
Gonna
ashamed.
have to. Jesse.
Ain't no deal breaker.
Red flag.
I think so.
Flag it down.
You gotta remember, this is her favorite beach.
Favorite, number 1. That means
She's been there.
Hey,
she there. That's her favorite spot.
Hey, maybe she's there not to look at the guys, but to look at the girls. And then
That's
shared common
exactly
interest.
where I was gonna go, Luke. It depends how much dick I'm seeing when I go to that beach. If I walk
Mike.
in and it's filled with just dudes, I can't.
Wait.
I'm saying, you know what? We
You're
made a
sitting here.
mistake. We gotta go. This is a deal breaker. But if I pull up and it's just ass galore, like I show up in just the pits of ass, we're going nowhere. We're gonna have a great
Yeah. So it's either
Hey man, I've been in a
I saw
played hockey.
dicks
I
compared
played
to
hockey long
13
enough to
chicks.
where I can not look at dicks.
Yeah.
I know how to
Yeah,
You just
just,
look away.
how to just not have them in my
But
sight.
if it's a sausage party, I can't stay.
All right, we'll go to the next one. Dylan, I'm giving you the next scenario, okay? You get to go first here.
We
All right,
know what my
Dylan.
standards are.
Here's your scenario. And I know this one has to be for you first because of the type of person that you are. So, you keep telling really, really good jokes. Super solid jokes that everyone at work and at school is laughing at. But there's just one person that doesn't seem to find you funny, and it's your girl. No matter what you do, you can't seem to make her laugh with your jokes. And it's taking everything in you not to go crazy. Is this a deal breaker? She doesn't think you're funny.
Hell yeah, that's all I am. If I'm not funny, I'm not shit. Because I'm going to look at her and go, do you think I'm funny, yes or no? And if she goes no, then I know she thinks I'm nothing. And therefore, we can't have no relationship, bro. Because without my humor, I'm just a pile of breathing air. So, yeah, that's a big old deal breaker. That's all I am. I rely on my comedy for love.
Listen,
You can't throw it at me.
I don't care if you agree. I don't care if you disagree. You're with me. I'm a comedian.
I agree.
I am a comedian that you have front row tickets to every day.
Fake it! I don't give a fuck! Does she?
I'm a comedian.
Oh, I thought you just
Listen.
asked Haley if she thinks you're funny.
No.
Listen, I wouldn't want it being fake because let me know if it's real. Because if you ain't finding me funny, you ain't gonna get my humor. We're gonna have a lot of awkward moments, and I don't fuck with that. And then next thing you know, we're gonna see our separate ways very, very soon because that's just not it. I have a lot more to offer than just comedy, but at the same time, you don't deserve everything else I have to offer if you can't appreciate my comedy.
And for those of us who don't have anything else to offer, what are we supposed to do?
Bring
Sounds like
more
a you
to-
issue.
Bring more to the table, you fucking one-trick pony.
That's a personal problem.
Yeah, a deal
That
breaker.
might be a personal
From all
problem.
three of us, Tyler.
But yeah, sounds like a deal breaker. All right, well, I gave Luke the first one. I gave Dylan the second one, so it only feels right that Jesse gets the third one. All right, Jesse, here's the scenario. You met an absolute smoke show. She's super into you and is also an Instagram model, so you know she's got it going. She has all the features that you love. There's just one thing.
Uh-oh.
She doesn't have a car. So you always have to drive her around and take her from place to place because, you know, she doesn't want to Uber. and things are going absolutely perfect other than the fact that you feel like a personal taxi. Is this a deal breaker?
I thought he was going to say she had a penis. This ain't bad.
You got to really think about this because there's a lot that goes into this. You ain't doing shit. Like, you're a taxi.
Get your bag up. Get a whip.
Get a whip. That's a deal breaker. Dylan.
As a man who's been cheated on, I think this is gonna help me. I think this is gonna help me in my.
Why do you always bring it back to somehow, some way like this?
If she can't even drive herself.
No, what
Then
I'm
she's
saying
gonna
is
have the
this
other
bitch
dude
cannot
pick her
cheat on
up.
me if I'm right next to her in the whip, driving her everywhere, doing everything. It makes my chances a lot better of making sure there's no shenanigans and tomfoolery going on. Now, can shit still happen? Yes. Women are women, but it increases my chances of making sure I don't get fucked over.
Tell
So,
your story.
I'm okay with it, bro. And at the same time, if there's days where I'm doing shit and I'm bored and I'm gonna be alone, she could come with me because she has to come with me. So I don't think it would be that bad. What do you think, Luke?
This isn't really a deal breaker for me because, I mean, just because you don't have your car doesn't mean you don't have a license. And we can eventually get another car down the road.
Correct.
And if this is really a thing that's really working out, then we're
I
going
see
to
what you did
eventually
there.
get to that point.
Down the road. Car.
So it's not really a big deal breaker, especially especially if it's not like if she lives close too, until you guys move in
Doesn't make a
together and
difference.
progress that relationship down the road. I mean,
What if she lives an hour away?
Does she have a Razor scooter?
No.
Deal breaker.
She's
And
an hour
those are
away, then,
relationship deal breakers.
an hour away might be an early thing,
Oh my god.
No
an early relationship deal breaker, but maybe not a long-term deal breaker.
Yeah. Definitely. All right. Moving on, we have some NBA news to get into. I'll leave it to the guys that know what they're talking about, and I'll chime in when necessary.
And by that, he means he'll chime in for the Golden State Warriors series.
Also known as when necessary.
We know what you meant. All right. First game, starting off with the NBA playoffs. We're going to do this pretty much just how Luke did it with Taki. We're just going to run through the series we haven't talked about real quick. The New York Knicks eliminate the Cleveland Cavaliers officially and advance to the second round. Like Jesse said, the curse has been sent from Utah over to Cleveland with Donovan Mitchell. He is 1-6 in elimination games in his career. Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle combined for 20-plus points each. And RJ Barrett also had a very good Game 6. And the Knicks are in round 2 against the Heat. We'll talk about that series in a second. But first off, Jesse, do you have any thoughts about how, not really the Knicks, but the Cavs? I mean, they did not play the Cavs we saw all regular season.
They choked. They could
They
not
did.
gather themselves against that Knicks defense.
They really did. And I know that the Knicks have a good defense, but at the same time, it wasn't just Donovan Mitchell. Darius was playing below average. Mobley was only getting boards.
It's because I'm telling you, Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, and RJ Barrett are going to make you work for every bucket.
Yes, that's exactly what they've been doing. I think, you know how the Islanders are like, we said in the playoffs, like the grimy team, just they're not going to quit. They're just going to continue to be there and just fuck with you and keep hitting. That's what I think when I think of the Knicks. They're just always going to be there, just fucking hitting on your leg. Just, wait, we're still here. We're still right here. Like, we're still in this game.
Yeah, it's the East too, there, so they'll get there every year as long as they could be a little above average.
Yeah, but the Cleveland, I mean, I'm not going to lie. This is not a good look for the first, I would say, big playoff run they've ever had without LeBron. So, yikes. Next series that we have to get into, and it is the team that is facing the Knicks currently in the second round, Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. They officially eliminated the Bucks in a gentleman's sweep.
We've seen
buckets
do what he needs to do to get Series 1 or to put his team at least in a position to win. And he did have some help in a cup, and like even in his 50-point performance, there still needed to be some clutch threes made by God, I wish I remember his name, but he actually been shooting really well for him since Hero.
Max?
No, last name. Right?
Hold up. I literally had something I was going to talk about with the Heat, so I might be able to answer your question.
But I mean, the Bucks couldn't buy buckets. I'm not gonna lie.
Jesse, this might answer your question, but all these guys were on the court alongside Jimmy Butler the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter in overtime, alongside the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, keep in mind, Victor Oladipo and Tyler Hero are injured. Caleb Martin, undrafted. Max Struss, undrafted. Gabe Vincent, undrafted. Hayward Highsmith, undrafted. And Cody Zeller, who was signed after the All-Star break. That's who else was on the court with Jimmy B, who beat the Bucks. Jimmy Buckets put the team on his back and took a bunch of, I don't even want to say role players, because role players have a little more distinguishability to them, a little more recognition to them than these guys. And he's making them a contender. The series is tied 1-1 in New York with the Knicks. We can just talk about that real quick because.
But Jimmy didn't play. And
my next thing I was going to say, Jesse, is it would be 2-0 if Jimmy played. Did you see the way this dude was giggling over at him? Like, all right, shit. This is
how y'all gonna play when I get on that court. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he's like, damn, this is it? All right. 98 points. Shit, that's not a lot of points.
Y'all finna see me, Philly.
Oh yeah.
See me. Y'all didn't want to keep me. Y'all wanted to get Ben Simmons. I'm about to kick you out the playoffs. Don't let the Heat make it to another finals without Tyler Hero and just Jimmy Butler.
I think it's gonna happen.
You think they beat the Knicks and then?
I think they beat the Knicks.
And then conference champion?
Only because Jimmy Butler. No one right now is playing better in the playoffs in basketball than that man. You can make an argument for Curry, but Jimmy Butler, in my opinion, is number one right now. All right. Next thing that we have to get into, and Jesse, good news for you is this will probably be the last time you have to hear this clip that Tyler will play, but the Memphis Grizzlies and John Morant were not fine in the West.
Who do you look at around the league as you're studying and say, we're going to have to run through them?
Celtics.
No one in the West.
No. I'm 5 in the West.
He got set up to.
You just made the list!
To this day, that was a setup.
Yeah. So the Los Angeles Lakers officially advance and eliminate the Memphis Grizzlies in 6 games.
No. You gotta tell it how it went down.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Jesse. Take it away.
In a game 6, an elimination game, the Grizzlies let themselves get 125 to 85. Couldn't even compete. And you know who had to be kicked off the team immediately and not brought back? Fucking free agent. It's the man who pissed off the GOAT himself by running his mouth and shooting like 15 for 76 in the playoffs.
Gone forever, Aaron Hernandez.
Dylan Brooks is gone. And what did they say in all quotes? Under any circumstances, we will not bring him back. If half the team dies tomorrow, 8 players are dropped dead, I will not take him back. If John Morant says, give me Dylan Brooks or I'm gone, bye, Ja, because he's not coming back. By any circumstance, Dylan Brooks and Memphis will never go together again, ever.
They had everything under control.
He said, you embarrassed us.
Something about
you called out the GOAT, and you aren't even an average player. What are you doing?
You just made the list!
Dylan Brooks made the list. And so did Ja. They're both down that motherfucker.
What did Ja do?
Ja's
Who do you look at around the league as you're studying and say, we're going to have to run through them?
Celtics.
No one in the West.
Nah, I'm fine in the West.
He's not fine. He wasn't fine. And he has this mindset that, you know what? I can still be that big dick energy, jump over LeBron, jump over anybody I want, and dunk on anyone's head. It's not easy when you're 6 foot fucking tall.
Hey. They lost that series for a lot of reasons.
He was, bro.
Hey.
He
Digress.
and Dylan Brooks were making me so mad, and they're so lucky they have Triple J, because that was the only person that I thought was just playing phenomenal on defense consistently. But then he gave up in game 6 and just let fucking AD and LeBron do their thing in the paint.
AD has been playing like he used to, though.
Well, you want to know why? It's because his bones are starting to heal.
So good for the Lakers. We'll talk about that after we cover these series. Let's get through these.
I agree. The last series that we have to cover is the one that I expect Tyler to come in here for. Look, Game 7. We said it was going to happen. It was kind of a lock. Tyler had the Warriors. Jesse had the Kings. I also had the Kings. I'm not going to bullshit. Tyler was right. Golden State Warriors.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Hold up. I said Warriors in 7 too, motherfuckers.
Yes, you did.
Luke was on my side.
He did.
Clay didn't show up. Darian
Didn't have to.
didn't show
It's
up.
okay.
The bonus didn't show up. But you know who did show
One
up?
person.
Curry.
Steph Blurry.
Game 7 50 burger in history.
Steph Blurry.
No one has ever dropped 50 in Game 7, and they needed every shot he made, except
Klay Thompson said he will forever remember it as the Curry game. I won't. I don't think anyone else will. But
I won't.
He did say that shit.
The only thing I can really say is,
but then we lost Game 1. Hey, whatever.
I mean,
we lost Game 1 in the last series. I'm not worried.
I agree. I want to talk
so.
about Golden State because we will in a minute. We know we will. But I want to switch gears and talk about Sacramento. Okay. First series in over 20 years that they've even been in the playoffs. What do you think is going to be the future next couple of years, Sacramento? Do you think this is going to be something where this was honestly their peaking moment, like this was their best, or do you think they're going to be a contender?
I think they're not beating top teams in the West. Even if they're a 3 seed, they were not one of the best teams when it comes to being the older players that have been there, that play harder in the playoffs, turn it up when it comes in the playoffs. Somebody like Sabonis choked Game 7. Like, literally choked Game 6, choked Game 7, started becoming non-existent down here. So,
I agree.
I think they was folding under the new pressure. And when they go against older teams that's not going to fold under the pressure and they live in that type of pressure, that's where it's going to come down for them in the next, year or two. But after they go a couple times, they might be able to do something. They'll kind of be like the Nuggets. But
so you think it's more of like a learning curve, where as the first couple of years it's just going to be something because they're not fucking used to being like competitive and this and that, but then eventually they'll get their shit together.
Yeah, they forget they play a little different in the regular season compared to playoffs.
I could honestly see that 100% being true, Jess. Final thing we have before I quickly go through the current series is shout out to Joel Embiid, who finally got MVP. This man deserved it. You can only be the best scorer in the league for so many years until they go, well, if he's scoring more points than anyone else, he's probably better than most people. Shit, yeah, let's give him MVP. Once again, the 3 finalists for back-to-back years were Embiid, Giannis, Jokic, 3 centers. So back-to-back years of the 3 centers controlling the MVP game. But this year, Embiid won it. People are still going to sit here and say, Jokic should have won, and they can suck my dick because I think the NBA got it right.
They did. Embiid deserved it. He got it. As he should.
All right. We talked about this Heat-Knicks series, so we'll quickly just move over to the next one, and that is the 76ers and the Boston Celtics. It is currently a 1-0 Philly lead. Embiid did not play game 1, but James Harden said, fuck it, I'll just drop 45 points, get in my black bag, and start playing like I'm still in Houston. So, if James Harden is going to start dropping 40-point games and Embiid is coming back, Philly's looking pretty damn nice this series, Jess.
That's real dependent. It's real dependent because
You got to have them stay, yeah.
Listen, this is my thing. Celtics play trash. They don't have Embiid. I don't think the Celtics lose game 2. I'm going to put it like that. They might have lost game 1, but unless Embiid plays, they're not going to lose the series.
Who do you have winning this series? Because
Embiid.
I have Sixers at 7.
I have Sixers.
Okay. Next series we have, and I think we are all on the same page for this one. Actually, I disagree. Luke is here. The Denver Nuggets and the Phoenix
What are you
Suns.
talking about? This is a 2-2 split. I know that for a fact.
You think Tyler's going to be like that? Okay, we'll see. The Denver Nuggets are officially leading 2-0 in the series. Chris Paul is going to be out game 3, possibly game 4, and we will see what happens with him. Devin Booker and KD are going to have to control the load, but they're down 2-0. So what do we see happening here?
Them to win their 2 home games to make it 2-2.
Nuggets in 5.
I got
Suns
the
in
Nuggets.
7.
Tyler has the Nugs.
Suns are taking
I
this in 7.
Embiid, not Embiid, my bad. Jokic can't have all these MVPs and no rings. He's got to at least advance somewhat far in the playoffs.
Is it weird that I have Nuggets in 4?
That's
yes,
crazy.
it is.
Kinda. Nick, hello.
Having a straight sweep is a little crazy.
Then I'll take Nuggets in 5.
No. You have Nuggets in 4. We heard.
I just said, is it crazy?
It's crazy, but it's how you feel.
I'll stick it. You're right.
There's nothing wrong with feeling crazy.
There's no point in switching them now.
Nope.
But then it's just something that I already know the second the Suns win a game, I'm going to have to hear it from Luke.
Fucking right.
You're the fool that
And be on your ass.
you got them losing 2 games at home after losing 2 games away and getting swept 4-0. It's not even like they lost their home games first, and you're like, damn, not only did they lose at home, but now they got to go, like, players home. Like, no, they're coming home down 0-2.
It is
Jesse has enough sense.
Final series.
Gonna go down.
Final series that we have to talk about before we close it out here, and that is the Los Angeles Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. This is the premier series in my eyes. There is no way I don't see this going 7. There is no scenario where I just don't. I'm sorry, everything is pointing to 7. And and we are currently going into this with a 1-0 game lead for the Los Angeles Lakers. AD dropped 30 minutes, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 blocks, 5 assists, which is only the second Laker to do it and the third player in NBA history to do it. So, that was game 1. I have it going 7. I think we all know who I'm taking. I think we all know who Tyler's taking. So I'm very interested to hear, Jesse, how you feel.
Lakers in 6.
Ooh, wow. Why so? I kind of want a reasoning.
Anthony Davis is playing like he should, and Clay.
Fuck Anthony Davis.
The thing is,
What? Anthony Davis will be out by game 3 with a
wrong.
fucking stub toe.
Curry.
Get out of here with the
Curry's
Anthony
fine.
Davis
We
talk.
know they're gonna give. We know what Curry and Brown are bringing to the table. They're gonna do what they do every night.
They did trap Steph on game 1.
Clay and AD. That's when it starts to get shaky. Which one of those number 2 players is really gonna give you all they can give? We got it good from both last night. Then the third players in Jordan Poole
And D'Lo.
Once you get all 3 of them 3 matched up, they probably equally gonna get the same amount of points. Curry will give you more than LeBron, but LeBron will give assists to AD, which will give him a little more than Clay or D'Lo. And those 3, they're interchangeable. They all gonna have the same. Who the fuck are the background guys?
Austin Reeves and fucking what's his name? Jonathan or Wiggins.
So you think Golden State got the depth? They should win. But the Lakers, they're weird. They got old head LeBron who just be cooking to perfection as a point guard. I don't know. I lied. Not 6, 7.
Talked himself out of it.
Tyler, I know you have Golden State, but do you have this going 7?
Of course.
Okay,
It
I
has
just want
to
to
go
make
to
sure
7.
that we all agree on the 7 games for this series.
Golden State in 5.
Oh my
You
God.
told me last night you had Golden State in 4, and then Golden State won, and I was like, "What now?"
Well,
You're
now
like,
I have them in
5.
5 because 4 is impossible.
Yes, Luke.
And if they lose again, I have them in 6. If they lose again, I have them in 7.
You're damn right.
What a guy. You love to see it. All right, Tyler.
Golden State 5 through 7, baby.
Do you want to let the people know? Do you want to let the people know when we will be hitting them with the draft update?
We'll hit you with it on Saturday.
Saturday, people. So
All
tune in for that on Saturday.
I got one more thing too.
What up, Luke?
Because this a little notion on the goalie you were shitting on from the Oilers. He is one of the 3 players made the finalists for the Calder Trophy. And that is basically
Shit, he won he's a Calder finalist?
Yes, he is a Calder finalist. And you called them shit, you called them bad, and he's a Calder finalist. This is his rookie fucking year.
Stewart, you fuck. Stewart.
Stetson Skittles?
Stuart Skinner.
Stuart Skinner, baby.
Got you. Okay. Well, you know what? Sorry,
Had
Stu.
to be said.
Sorry,
it had
Stu.
to.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that apparently you were this breakout guy on the scenes. But you're better than fucking Talbot from last year. So I'll give you that. All right. Thank you guys for watching Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. Like Tyler said, if you want the full draft update, trust me, it's going to be good. We got day 1, day 2, and day 3 to recap for you. And that will be coming up on Saturday. If you want to check out the social medias, that is at Ride the Tide 586 on Twitter, at Ride the Tide 586 on Instagram, at Ride the Tide Sports Podcast on YouTube and Twitch. And if you want any merchandise over of Six Pack Coverage that you see right up here, you can head over to sixpackcoverage.com. And also while you're there, you can check out any other podcasts for your needs or interests that you might want to see. Also, if you're going to be betting on the playoffs, make sure you download the Sharps Betting app on the App Store. Place all of your picks there and win some fucking money. It's a great day to win some money. Like we said, next time we will be talking to you guys will be Saturday. Hopefully all 4 of the boys will be joining you. I am McGilly. Have a great week. Peace!